So we're on day 2 of the Kickstarting For Good incubator diaries, as I think I'm going to call them, and we're straight into it. And this is something I think a lot of people who go into an incubator don't appreciate. Although this starts in person in about a month's time in Berlin, before we even fly out there, there's a lot to get through. And so day 1 and 2 has been pretty much getting onto the ProVeg system. So they're using notation for their incubator tracking scheme, which is something that I've not used before. So this is a new platform to me. So I'm just spending a little bit of time looking around it and getting used to it. But there's a lot in there to get through. And so we've already been set quite a few tasks. And the deadline for these tasks is 3 days from now. So there's not going to be much sitting around and thinking, yeah, great, I'm on an incubator, but really throw you straight into it. So that's going to be me working through the weekend. So just looking down at the tasks we've set there, there's some really interesting stuff here. I mean, first of all, the first one at the top of the list is take this 30-minute online test for aspiring entrepreneurs and share the link with your results with the KFG team and summarise in 500 words your biggest takeaways from the article and the test. And so if I click on this here now, that takes me through to a third-party website for the entrepreneur test. Start. I'm not going to do it all now because it's 30 minutes apparently to do. That's opening that up. Could you start a successful company? Take the ultimate entrepreneur test. Take this quiz to find out how well your personality and skills are suited to being a startup founder. Well, I'm hoping that that's going to be aligned, otherwise I'm kind of stuck already. How much you know about starting a successful company? Well, I've done a couple of those, so hopefully that's going to be a good one. Which famous startup CEO you are most like? That will be interesting to find out. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be probably the first thing I do and write up my results for that. So just close that window. But there's quite a lot of other stuff in there as well. There's the reading program as well, and we're going to be quizzed on some of that stuff that we've been given to read too. There's a framework to set up, and this is interesting. This is kind of getting us to put all our thoughts together in one place, which is going to be really useful because when we go to Berlin, I guess we don't want to spend the first few days just thinking about what we're going to do. We want to have a bit more of an idea of what our ideas and plans are. So it says in 1 page or less, clearly articulate the problem that you are trying to solve and how it is important and neglected. So that's going to be important to do as well. And then going down the rest of the task lists, various different tasks there. Write down what are your personal reasons. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Why are we actually doing this? Identify and map all the relevant organisations and initiatives that seek to address the same problem. And that's an interesting one, and it's going to be really useful as well because I know there are other businesses out there looking to help the vegan business scene. In fact, there's one other on the incubator who are looking to really get behind vegan businesses based in Europe. So I've already set up a call with that member so that we can talk a bit more about our various ideas and what we're already doing just to see what our synergy is. But to actually spend a little bit of time and maybe it's almost like doing competitor analysis, just seeing what's already out there and putting that into a spreadsheet and a report. That's going to be really useful to do. And I'm actually surprised I've not done that before, because there are various people out there who are championing the vegan business scene. So that's going to be what I'm doing this weekend, because I say the deadline on that is only a few days away. But I thought it'd be interesting just to give you that insight, because when you do get onto an incubator like this one, you are thrown straight into it. It's straight in. There is no kind of leaving this till next week because that's when the deadlines are next week. There is no just sort of sitting around and celebrating. You are straight into the work, and I quite like that as well. This is a limited window of time, and I want to make sure that I get as much as possible out of being on this incubator as I can. So I'm quite grateful that ProVeg seem to be on the same page. Oh, and I forgot to just add that when I've done this personality test, I'm going to share the results with you because it's going to be really interesting to see just what kind of entrepreneur this entrepreneur online test thinks I am.